Los Angeles is seldom celebrated for its storied past when mentioning the history of its black arts and cultural landscape. The Central Avenue jazz and art scene, which birthed the Los Angeles Renaissance, was the hallmark of jazz in America for a span of over 50 years. From 1900 to 1955, artists, musicians, and poets flourished in the bustling black-owned businesses of Central Avenue. This striking creative energy vibrated across the nation, becoming the target of many covert operations designed to destroy, disconnect, and cause dissension in the black community. In turn, our fathers, mothers, teachers protected, fought, and gave their lives to be treated as human beings. These recurrent combative encounters gave birth to the civil rights movement of the late 1950s and 1960s era. In 1965, blatant racism, inadequate jobs, hospital, housings, and schools were at an all-time high in Los Angeles. The community of Watts became a ticking time bomb that finally exploded on August 11, 1965, into what the media commonly referred to as the Watts riots. However, a rebellion, a revolt, or an uprising is a more accurate description. When the smoke cleared, many groups and programs were implemented in and around Watts to pacify the uproar from the community. One collective in particular that hit the ground running into prominence was the critically acclaimed 1965 Watts Writers' Workshop. Founded by the Academy Award-winning screenwriter Bud Schulberg, this workshop produced such great poets Ross Poet Ojenki, Harry Dolan, Dr. Johnny Scott, Eric Priestley, Odie Hawkins, Jimmy Sherman, Loomis Surratt, James Thomas Jackson, Verdell True Moore, Sonora McKellar, Dee Dee McNeil, the Watts Prophets, Father M.D. Hamilton, Richard Dito, and Otis O'Solomon, Guadalupe de Savardra, Harley Mims, Kamal Daoud, and Quincy Troop, to name a few. The Watts Writers' Workshop legacy has endured, multiplied, and launched a multitude of great writing careers. In no way is this branch of the historic 1965 Watts Writers' Workshop is intending to duplicate, relive, or place itself in a premature position to infer that we are where they were. Conversely, this workshop is aimed to make clear that we are because they are, and we pay homage by giving thanks for all the sacrifices, undertakings, and responsibilities that the historic Watts Writers' Workshop had to bear in order for our group to assemble. We give thanks.
Writing touches everything that you come in contact with today. It all starts with the writer. Education, entertainment, engineering, it all has to be written down. It all has to have a person who can write in that language and in that genre. So writing is one of the most important elements of your life.
Summer of 1978, I interviewed a man who worked as an informer for the FBI during the 1960s. His name is Dothard Perry, also known as Ed Riggs, also known as Bill Perry, also known as Othello. Tell me about some of the cultural organizations that you infiltrated and what you did.
PASLA, Mafunde, Watts Writers' Workshop, which they had.
The Watts Writers' Workshop?
Yes. Watts Writers' Workshop, which was one of the oldest established black writers' workshop.
That place was burned down.
Yeah. The Bureau had it burnt down.
How do you know that?
I know because I participated. I did the arson.
You burned down the Watts Writers' Workshop?
Yes.
Why did they want it to go?
At the time, funding had been cut to the workshop, had been cut out, but it looked like there was a possibility of a grant being given back to the workshop. And if there was no theater, there would be no Grant.
Please, mama, where did I come from? She said you come from behind the earth, in front of the sun.
I am the Eve before the break of dawn into new light. Call me Mother Earth. Stop polluting my ocean, killing my root chakra. I am not who you say I am.
I am the wind, I am the wall, I am a wave, I rise and fall. I am a crane, a lofty flight, training that I not need to fight.
Black man ain't no animal, and although he is rare bird, don't mean you get to strategically pluck and clip his wings with the full clip while we watch a clip of it on social media. He be Ebony Phoenix, rising despite gun smoke, soaring high above expectations with every degree, every black-owned business, every sacred marriage, every son and daughter that knows him, in every community that depends on him for their very existence. I'm telling you, he ain't no animal.
I need your mind running calculations as fast as I'm trying to get you out of the school to prison pipeline. Because even though life seems like fun and games now, pretty soon you'll be asking for more time.
We battled for dialogue when the voices of our elders is so much more important than what we have to say. Shh.
Don't you be no fake, don't you be no fake, be real. It's the best deal. Tripping, tripping, tripping through the grapevine of my mind.
When I met Negative, he came with killer, violence, and agitator. Tonight the streets became paved in our drop jaws, and the sky became a blanket of white flags waving. For there isn't nearly enough legalized weed in this fair city to ease the quaking discomfort of our collective ache.
It's all good in the hood.
Everything that comes from within came from my energy, came from God that came to me. We are artists. We are artists. We surrender. We surrender to the creative vision. To the creative vision that resides within us. That resides within us. We live to express that vision. We live to express that vision. It is one of our ways. It is one of our ways of fulfilling our life.
This is the Watts Writers Workshop.
The Watts Writers Workshop.
The Watts Writers Workshop.
I keep loving and loving over and over. I keep loving.